Here it comes, another Modern Warfare 2 plays like crap video. But that skepticism is far from how I truly feel about this game. In all actuality, as a whole, I've enjoyed my return to Call of Duty. And remember, I haven't really touched this franchise since the OG MW2 dropped back in 2009. But, and you knew this was coming, but this game runs like total dog shit ever since Season 1 dropped last week, and I've been holding my tongue, trying to sit back and give it time for the devs to correct this tragedy, but it hasn't happened, and here I am. What's going on, everybody? I'm LtBuzzLitebeer, and unlike the utter abomination, aka Battlefield 2042, which I covered at length here on the channel, Modern Warfare 2 is currently filed in my personal heading of not bad. That is until Season 1 dropped late last week and has completely obliterated the functionality of the game. Am I going to be critical of the game during today's video? Yes. Will me being critical about Call of Duty ruffle a few feathers? Probably. But whereas Battlefield 2042 launched with no hope of ever improving to a point that Battlefield fans would ever embrace it, Modern Warfare 2 has potential. And it's from that angle of liking the franchise and wanting to see it improve that I will be laying into MW2 2022. Let's call it tough love. Remember to smash that sub button and ring the bell to stay up to date on all my latest uploads. You can also follow me on Twitter, where I post my thoughts on most things gaming related. We've got a lot to cover today, so let's get started. I purchased MW2 pre-launch, so I got to play the single-player campaign a week prior to the multiplayer aspect going live. I've covered it here on the channel, you've seen it. Overall, I liked it. I do, however, prefer the OG Modern Warfare 2 campaign to this one, but still this one's not bad, and strong props to the voice actors for this latest offering. Now, a week later, we got the multiplayer facet of the game. I know there were tons of connection issues, I actually never saw them, and overall I enjoyed that part of the game as well. Now I'm more of a Battlefield fan, bigger maps, longer sight lines, tactics, etc. But you know, the multiplayer was decent, with me gravitating towards third-person mosh pit and ground war. But before I jump to the present, and of course Season 1, I wanted to throw in a comment on the UI. Probably nothing new to anyone that has seen or played this game, but damn. The UI in this game is abysmal. You get used to it, but that doesn't mean it functions on a high level, and I could never call this UI intuitive. It has so many clicks and menus, sub-menus, hidden menus, and alternative viewpoints that, well, let's just say that it shouldn't take you 7 menus and clicks to get somewhere in a video game UI, and let's just call it at that. Now on November 16th, we got Season 1, and I'm not going to drill down through the list of what we got and what fans of the franchise expected. We're going to leave that for another video. But I did want to touch on a few of the inclusions, such as Hardcore Mode. Now it was advertised by the devs that Hardcore Mode, aka Tier 1, would be making a return to Modern Warfare 2 with Season 1. But once the season launched, players quickly realized it wasn't Hardcore Mode at all. It was Realism Mode, and I didn't play this mode, but from what I hear, it was ripped directly from Modern Warfare 2019. So you've got the term Hardcore in Tier 1 being used by the advertisements, but then it launches and it's actually Realism Mode. Also, just wanted to throw this in, with Season 1, the CDL has been completely taken offline, and I don't know, I think this is where the area that the scrims can be organized, etc., and it's just completely turned off. Shoot House was the only new multiplayer map added to the game, and yeah, I've tried it out a few times. It's okay, I guess, not my personal best, but here's the thing with this new map. It almost never comes up in the multiplayer map rotation, and when it does, I'm constantly finding myself on a squad that is missing players, and then it never fills up. I've been in a match of 3 versus 6, and it never gets 3 more players to even it out. And if someone drops, there's never an auto balancing or anything. You could end up in a match of 2 versus 6 or 1v6, and the game just plugs along as if nothing is wrong. Then add in the revamped footstep audio fix. And I know I've brought up this point that you couldn't hear enemy footsteps in previous videos, but now After this new revamp to the footstep levels, these smaller multiplayer maps sound like a stampede is rolling directly through the center of the map. I think it was Charlie Intel that reported the new footstep wavelengths are something like 75% stronger than before Season 1, so you could imagine that. Every soldier that attempts to sprint now makes 75% more sound with their boots. So yeah, it gets loud as hell. I think there's a happy medium to be found here, and the jury is still out on how this buffed footstep sound is going to affect the overall health of the game. Let's talk Warzone 2.0, because it is clear that the bulk of the lead-up time to Season 1 was built around this new offering, and of course all the skins, packs, and COD points associated with this new mode. Now I'll talk microtransactions and shop mechanics some of the time because I instead need to focus in on Warzone, and this is a mixed bag for me. I am thoroughly enjoying Warzone third-person mode, the actual mode itself, so the mechanics, the gunplay, etc. Now, I've never personally played Warzone 1, so don't bash me for this applause. I've just got nothing to compare it to, but my familiarity with third-person mode, especially after all these years of covering the Division franchise, and my feel for survival battle royale games, anyways, I really do like this third-person mode. One comment on this though, it currently offers only third-person trios. Now you can queue up as a solo player, I know, and I have. As a solo player, you can also be quite competitive, but in the future, the ability to choose what group size to queue up against would be a nice addition. To be more specific here, I have the Vault edition of the game, so I've got a ton of these tokens to use in the Battle Pass system. I could nitpick it here and there, but whatever, it is what it is. You can play and earn the tokens to unlock the new cosmetics, so you don't have to spend a ton of money on COD points in the shop and buy them all, so you've got options to do as you choose. But, and sorry for hitting a tangent there, here is my big beef with Season 1, and especially with Warzone 2.0. It currently runs like total fucking crap. This gameplay you have been watching shows you what I am seeing every other match, sometimes every third match. The game literally drops you into an unplayable 3 frames per second lobby or something like that. You can't track targets with any accuracy because as soon as you raise your weapon to ADS, the target is now like 50 feet in another direction. My character skips animation frames and glides around the terrain. When you try to interact with the drops, which is vitally important at the beginning of the match when everyone is scrambling for better weapons than the pistol, you can't. You press the buttons and it just doesn't pick up the weapons. Now, I could go on and on about this, but the game is literally unplayable. I don't know if this is a server issue. I don't know if it is someone that has hamster-powered internet that is totally bogging down the server. All I know is that the mode I want to play is completely broken, and it has been like this ever since Season 1 went live. As if this couldn't get worse, on top of these huge lag spikes, freezing, stutters, 5 FPS lobbies, the game, which for me was rock steady during the pre-launch and initial multiplayer releases, has now become extremely volatile. I am constantly getting this crash pop-up on PC, and every few hours I am forced to verify the entire game files. I've had to go through the end-user licensing agreement pop-ups multiple times, like as if I was just installing the game for the first time, each time re-downloading new shaders. I get warnings about corrupted files every few matches, and the whole thing is running like a half-ass indie studio full of interns turned in their Gaming Programming 101 midterm exam that was never completed. Seriously, this game took 3 years to develop and had over 3,000 developers work on it. Plus, they already have tons of knowledge and experience with servers and game queues of this size from the original Warzone. So how can it run so damn poorly? I mean, a little lag spike here and there, yeah, I can live with that. But when the game drops to single-digit FPS in the middle of combat, how in the hell is anyone supposed to play the game this way? I get heated about this because I care about the integrity of our online games. And unlike Battlefield 2042, I think this game has potential. But damn Activision and Inifinity Ward, whatever you've got dedicated in the budget for server infrastructure is simply not cutting it. As always, I look forward to reading your feedback in the comments section below. Make sure to smash that sub button and ring the bell to receive my future uploads. Leave the video a like if you enjoyed it, and a thumbs down if you did not. Remember, you can find and follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and over on my community Discord server. Links to all my socials can be found in the video description and pinned comments below. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing off.